Hi guys, my name is Lucy from Japan and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very unfortunate news for the people of Vietnam. According to Japanese media reports, Prince Akishino and his wife Kiko are going to make an official visit to Vietnam in September 2023. The year 2023 will mark the 50th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between Japan and Vietnam. And according to the Japanese media, the couple is making arrangements for an official visit to Vietnam for about 1 week in September 2023. And many Japanese are angry about this news, saying that it is very disrespectful to the Vietnamese people for Prince Akishino and Princess Kiko to go to Vietnam for this memorable 50th anniversary of both countries. Many Vietnamese people may not know much about who is Prince Akishino and his family. The Prince Akishino, also known as Prince Fumihito, and his family is a family of the emperor's younger brother, and to be honest, they are the most hated imperial members in the long history of Japanese imperials. Japan's current law is male-only succession to the throne, and the emperor's only daughter, Princess Aiko, does not have the right to succeed the throne, only because she is female. And I think it is not the tradition but a terrible sexual discrimination. But if the law is not revised, the emperor's younger brother, notorious Prince Akishino, would become the next emperor of Japan. And it will be a nightmare for us. So many Japanese people hate the Akishino family and want them get out of the imperial family. And no matter how much the government controls people's voices, hashtags are often trending on Twitter demanding that the Akishino family should be stripped of their imperial status. Therefore, I will tell you the truth about Akishino and his family, and I hope you will share this information with the Vietnamese people so that they will not welcome this unworthy couple. There are too many reasons why the Akishino family is so hated by many Japanese to talk about in this video, so I will post more videos for the details one by one. But to summarize, the Akishino family is disliked for the following 7 reasons. Number 1. Despite their special position as the imperial family of Japan, they do not fulfill their duties, and they are so selfish and spend lavishly with the taxpayers' money. Number 2, they ignore the criticism of the people and use police power to put pressures on the people who criticize them. Number 3, all they do is cheating. It was revealed in February 2022 that Prince Hisahito, the eldest son of Akishino family, had plagiarized in an essay, but he did not offer a word of apology or decline the award. Hisahito's plagiarism has been reported worldwide. As for Hisahito's high school entrance examination, a special 5-year limited partner school entrance system was created to allow him to enter high school without taking an exam, and he used this plagiarized award to enter high school. And again, he is trying to enter the University of Tokyo, Japan's highest academic institution with imperial privileges, despite his academic ability is not enough. Number 4, they control the media and report only the news that suit them. Number 5, manufacturing a male baby, which is prohibited by law and unethical in Japan, and stole the imperial throne from emperor's daughter, Princess Aiko. Number 6, the timing of the engagement. The fact that they announced their engagement during the mourning period only 8 months after the death of Emperor Hirohito, the grandfather of Prince Akishino, who was the greatest leader and highly respected by the Japanese people, and this kind of thoughtless behavior ruined their reputation from the very beginning. Number 6, they are members of the royal family, but their manners and dress are not up to par. They cannot speak foreign languages even their English are little, and cannot handle interviews, and cannot get along with foreign loyalty. Their attitude of visiting foreign countries at the sightseeing level without studying the history and culture of other country when they visit is disrespectful to the visiting country and embarrassing in the eyes of the Japanese people. In an interview before their visit to Poland and Finland in 2019, Akishino was asked about his impression of the two countries. And what Prince Akishino replied to the press was about Poland. He read a book about Madame Curie when he was a child, and about Finland they enjoyed Moomin, the cartoon animation he watched when he was a child. I thought he was joking, but he was bragging, and I was feared to learn that he is 57 years old Imperial member, but he has only primary school student level of knowledge. And I am now worried about what kind of childish stories they will tell in the pre-Vietnam visit interviews. There are so many to tell. I will post more videos on the individual episode, which is so unbelievable. And in this video, I would like to talk about the fact that they had been intercepting invitations to the Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako in the past. And I learned from an English article in the Vietnamese media that it was also Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako who were invited to come to Vietnam this time. I found this article on news site called Vietnam Pictorial. For the URL to this article, please refer to the description below. The article is dated September 29, 2022 and titled President Concludes Trip to Japan for Former Prime Minister Abe Shinzo's Funeral. In this article, President Nguyen Xuan Phuc of Vietnam visited Japan for former Prime Minister Abe's state funeral in Japan. The article describes his meeting with Japanese Emperor Naruhito at that time. President Phuc also met with Japanese Emperor Naruhito following the funeral, conveying the invitations of Party General Secretary Nguyen Phu Trong and himself to the Emperor and the Empress to visit Vietnam on the occasion of the 50th anniversary of the bilateral diplomatic ties in 2023. As you can see, this article clearly states that Japanese Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako were invited by the Vietnamese government. And incidentally, the Japanese media did not report the contents of this meeting between the Emperor and the President of Vietnam, nor did they report that Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako were invited to attend the 50th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations in 2023. It is reported as if it was Prince Akishino and Princess Kiko who were invited. It is Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako who are invited, but sending their brother and sister-in-law who have a very bad reputation in Japan is very bad choice of Japanese government. It would be very disrespectful to President Nguyen Xuan Phuc and the high-ranking Vietnamese delegation who made time in their busy schedule to attend former Prime Minister Abe's state funeral last September, and to Party General Secretary Nguyen Phu Trong for inviting Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako to come. However, recently, Prince Akishino and Princess Kiko made the same mistake. This couple also went to United Kingdom for the British coronation in last May by snatching an invitation to Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako. Therefore, they are planning to use the same method this time to go to Vietnam, even though they were not invited to the 50th anniversary. At the coronation in the United Kingdom, King Charles' intention was to have his close friends celebrate this coronation, and the invitation from the British royal family said that the head of the state would be invited. Since Emperor Naruhito is not only the head of state of Japan, but also a close friend of King Charles for 40 years, many Japanese people thought that Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako would be invited from Japan, and the invitation was actually addressed to Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako. But the invitation was intercepted by Prince Akishino and Princess Kiko, who are hated by the royal family, not only UK but also other European royal families. The invitation was to invite the head of state, and if the head of state was unable to make it, the crown prince would be invited instead. But strictly speaking, Prince Akishino has the right to succeed the throne, but he is not officially the crown prince because he himself declined to become the crown prince. Furthermore, in early May, Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako had any other important ceremony that would require them to decline King Charles' invitation. And since around February, the Japanese media has repeatedly announced that Prince Akishino and Princess Kiko are planning to attend the coronation ceremony in the United Kingdom. Many citizens who disagree with this report made phone calls and emailed to the Imperial Household Agency and Japanese government in protest, and these actions even became a top article in a weekly magazine. Eventually, Japanese government ignored the protest of the Japanese people, and Prince Akishino and Princess Kiko went to the United Kingdom for the coronation. But the results were disaster despite the large amount of tax money spent. Among their things, Akishino's shabby outfit, Kiko's garish dress that were inappropriate for her age, and her frozen smile, the Japanese kimono she wore on the day of coronation had fallen apart and draped, and the couple were unable to respond properly to interview after the coronation. During the interview, Kiko was silent for about 9 seconds when she asked a simple question about her impression of the coronation, and then she asked her husband to tell the answer, and when she finally said something, her voice was too quiet to listen. I believe that the attendance at the coronation was a nightmare for many Japanese, and it had only a negative effect on diplomacy. Again, the Japanese government is trying to make the same mistake in response to Vietnamese government's invitation. I'm sure that people overseas are wondering why this strange thing is happening in Japan. The reason is that the retired former Empress Michiko is still in power and controls who goes abroad from within the imperial family. Even during the reign of retired Emperor Akishino, the previous Empress Michiko controlled who from within the imperial members could go abroad. And Empress Masako, the crown princess at the time, was taken away every opportunity to make the most of her career as a former diplomat abroad. It is said that this was due to jealousy because Empress Masako was extremely intelligent and so beautiful, and she can also speak native English and several other languages. And the spotlight on Empress Masako would make then former Empress Michiko less prominent. So every time Empress Masako was invited, Michiko sent other person or sent Emperor Naruhito alone. Many people believe Michiko's jealousy and harassment against Empress Masako continues to this day. It is a huge problem of the Imperial Household Agency that this was let that happen for a long time. At the invitation of the Indonesian President Jokowi, Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako visited Indonesia in June, the first overseas goodwill visit for Empress Masako in 21 years. And thanks to the warm welcome and kind hospitality of the Indonesian government and the people, and Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako are loved by Japanese, the visit to Indonesia was very fruitful for both Japan and Indonesia, deepening the understanding and friendship between the two countries. Japan has a long history of friendship with the government of Vietnam as well as Indonesia, and this year marks 50th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between Japan and Vietnam. I'm sure that the Japanese people will again protest to the government and Imperial Household Agency that Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako should come to Vietnam as invited by Party General Secretary Nguyen Phu Trong. If Vietnamese people are watching this video, I would be very happy if you could raise your voices in protest from Vietnam. Thank you so much. That's all I'd like to say today. Thank you for watching and don't forget to like the video. And if you want to know more truths of Japanese imperial family, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.